Hello everyone, and welcome to Warframe. Now, this game is...
begin another mission.
Hello, Ortis. Piss off for a second. Anyway, this is a free-to-play game, very well known on the internet. One of the biggest free-to-play games on Steam. There is quite a bit of lore. Several things to do, hundreds and hundreds of weapons to choose from, both melee and guns. There's anything from a pirate cannon to the Spartan laser in here, even a lightning chain gun, which is what we will be going over today. I am going to be doing a series of builds on this game because one of this game's biggest features is how versatile its builds can be. You can build a gun to do so much damage but have such a troll build at the same time. You can build complete attack speed on a shotgun where it will do piddle damage but it will blow out 50 shells in less than a second. I'm not even joking. So today we'll be going over the Amprex, a lightning crit-based chain gun. Now, the mods that I have on these builds, I've been playing this game for several years. I started a month after the Founders Pack went in, so FML on that one. I'd be a founder if not for that. Or went out of business, and I started a month after that. Anyway, so these builds I have modded to the strongest amount of damage I can get them. In the description below, I will put in their pros, its cons, I should say, excuse me, and what other mods could replace some of the others that I do, because I build for the maximum amount of potential damage I can find in a gun, as best as I can. If something is extremely much so of a drawback, I try my best to round it off. So without further ado, we'll go over the build. Serration. It is a all-time mandatory mod for any rifle. Mandatory. Split chamber. It gives multi-shot, and for those who do not know what multi-shot is a chance of giving you an extra bullet. Say you got a pistol, you fire one gun, fires one bullet. Okay, now you got multi-shot on there, 90% chance of multi-shot. You fire one bullet, okay, only one bullet, and you have, with this mod on it, multi-shot, 90% chance of your gun firing an extra bullet, ammo free. Like if you only have one bullet left in the chamber, in your reserves, no other bullets whatsoever, and you have this mod on, you have a 90% chance of firing an extra bullet with the same amount of damage as you do with the first. Excellent damage multiplication, because while it does not up your damage itself, it will allow you to fire multiple bullets without the cost of your ammo, which will indirectly up your damage output, but not your base damage itself. Still, very good. I would declare this a mandatory. Heavy caliber. This is a corrupted mod. You find this in the Delirict vaults. A corrupt mod is something that gives hugely to one stat, but takes quite a bit from another one. Heavy caliber is a good example of this. Gives just as much damage as the serration, so you got a whole shit ton of more damage in combination, because you can use these together. But it takes away your accuracy. But if you got a good aim, or a gun that already has extremely good accuracy to begin with, definitely. This is also, I call, mandatory. Now, primed cryo rounds. This is a primed mod. Every single one of these primed mods, aside from a couple from the Daily Tribute, you will find from Borrow Key Tier. He comes at the relays on various different planets, depending on what he is carrying. Every other weekend, comes in on Friday, leaves at Sunday. And he almost always has a Prime mod with him. Okay, the Prime mods aren't the only thing that he will carry with him, but he is the only place, aside from the Daily Tribute, to get a primed mod. Now, primed mod is like an original mod, but amplified hugely. Absolutely huge in amplification and versus its normal counterpart. The unfortunate part is that if you see the 10 little blue dots at the bottom, it is an R10 mod. An average R10 mod takes about 1 million credits and about 10,000 endo, I believe. Endo is what you use to fuel mod upgrades, basically. And a mod upgrade is, or mod fusion is you upgrade it, you make it stronger. And the bigger its rating, which is, this one's an R10, but so is this one. Prime mods take double what a normal R10 would do. Okay. Infected clip, pure elemental damage.
A new alert has begun. It will be marked on navigation.
Lotus, piss off, thank you. Infected clip, toxin damage, very basic. You will get it near the beginning of the game. Gives toxin damage, and while this is a crit gun, almost any gun you ever have you will want, even if it's crit based, you will still want some kind of elemental damage. You want to mix it up on your guns always. So this is definitely a must on here, because its base status chance is 20%, and that's still really good given the fact that it's 50 and times 2 on the crits. Thermite rounds. This is a nightmare mod. Now, nightmare mods you get from completing nightmare missions. They'll be spawning all over different parts of the solar system. And what a nightmare mod is that it will give less than an average one. Okay? But it will give to 2 different stats. A corrupted gives a lot to one and takes away from another. An average is, well, an average amount to one stat and one stat only. A primed gives a whole lot more to one stat and one stat only. A nightmare gives to 2 stats, but of little amount. But still very good. I give this because A, more elemental damage, and B, the status chance, which allows to go from 20% to 32%. Vital Sense. This is a crit weapon, and on any crit weapon there is Vital Sense's rifle. This is mandatory. Absolutely mandatory. Then there is also Point Strike. This gives, again, mandatory. Both of these are early game. You'll find them towards the beginning of the game. Point Strike gives 150 critical chance. So you notice though, this one, and this one, and this one too, all give over 100% on a certain stat. Focus on this one, because this one's easier to explain. Okay, now, 150%. Our base crit stat chance for this is 50%. That's the base. Every time you fire off a bullet, it has a 50% chance of doing crits. And critical hits do bonus damage than what the average damage of a bullet would do. The crit multiplier would amplify how much that bonus damage would do when it actually does crit. When it gives over 100%, that means it's going to double. 100% to a certain stat means it's going to double what it is normally. So it's going to bring it up to 100. Now, 50, so what's 50% of 50%? It's 25%, so it's going to add that on there. Okay? So it's going to basically take 150% of what's already there. And another thing that this game is that it deals heavily with percentages. And how this works is, when you get a weapon that deals a lot of one type of damage but not the other type of damage, you want to you want to deal with what's already there. You don't want to try and up what's already down. Like, say that one thing gives 20 impact, 100 puncture, and 10 slash. You don't want to focus on the impact and slash. You want to deal on the puncture because it's already there. The percentages give you more when there's more to work with, is what I'm trying to say. So, that being said, there are very few others. Obviously, the the element mod, you can change it with other element mods you can do. Thermite rounds, other nightmare elemental mods you can do, such as rhyme rounds. Okay. Wildfire, that could also be helpful. High voltage. Hammer shot could be in there to replace thermite rounds if you wanted it to do more critical damage. But like I said, you always want to have your base damage and some elemental damage at the same time. So let's actually go and test out the Amprex to give a little bit of a feel of what it can do. All right, now here is the simulator, or the simulator. Basically, you'll find this at Cephalon Samaris in any of the relays. You have to buy the upgrade from him by getting standing. But from here, we will actually test out our gun. We'll try, I don't know, we'll try, let's just do an Arid Butcher. Let's do about 2 or 3 or 4, 5. Do that. And kill enemies, clear, simulate. What level? How do we change the level? Bingo. Let's actually make you level 30s. Invincibility, exit, level 30s, simulate. Excellent. Okay. So here we go. Well, that was my frickin' thing, but anyway. Okay. Notice how our clip size is 100. The accuracy is 100, and instantly just nukes level 30s. Instantly. Has fairly good range. Excellent damage. Let's try that again, but let's have higher. Let's have higher levels. Let's make you 50s. Okay? And let's actually make you eviscerators. 20. Let's have 20 out here. Simulate. Because my little Helios dude, my Sentinel does damage. Quite a bit. Okay, level 50s. Instantly. Still just nukes these guys. Instantly. And as you notice, instantly, these are level 50 butchers, and we are nuking them with the Amprex. One thing else that you'll notice is that it actually chains others. And if I hit one target and there's other targets around, it'll hit those as well. So this is a chain lightning gun, and very, very good. Medium range. Excellent damage output. You can easily get red crits. Easily. Let's try something a bit heavier. Let's try a Butcher Eximus. Whoopsie. Come on. 20. Emulate settings. Level 50. Let's try level 70s. Level 70 Eximuses. There we go. Now we're cooking. Now we're cooking. Still just annihilating these guys. Just a bit slower. They have about a second worth of health around. The clip size is good. The reload is decent, definitely. It's just... I know the crit damage is a little bit slow, or a little bit low, I should say. But you just do so much damage, and you really don't need to aim much with this gun. Honestly, these are level 70s. Okay. Level 70 Eximuses still destroys. Okay. Let's actually try that again. But actually, you know what? Let's try some bombards. Or no, let's do a heavy gunner. Heavy gunner Eximus. Let's make you... Let's actually have only about 10. And settings. Let's have you guys at 100. Okay, simulate. Let's do this. Okay. Oops. Hold on here. Let me try that again. For some reason they fight each other because I have radiation on. Okay. So let's try actually clear. Eximus. Let's try one. Simulate. Let's only have one. What? Why do I have numerous ones? What? Okay. Why do I have ones? Hold on. Kill the enemies. Simulate. Okay, there we go. Okay, let's try a level 100 heavy gunner eximus. Okay. So, still does moderately good damage. However, unfortunately, after a heavy gunner eximus level 100, it takes it a while for you to actually do any good damage. It takes about a clip or two. There we go. And provided you aim it at its head all the time. So this thing's limit is level 100 eximuses of heavy gunners. One of the strongest units there are. They're like borderline. They're parallel of difficulty to kill, right along with the bombards. Bombard eximuses. So that's still really good, because this gun is excellent for slaughtering hordes of enemies, and normal ones. That was an eximus. Let's actually try a normal enemy at level 100. Again, an eximus, because I want to test out the full-blown strength of this. Annihilates a level 100 butcher eximus. So normal enemies that are non-heavy, like bombards and gunners, will get destroyed. Absolutely destroyed. If it's a heavy enemy, they have issues with it. Its natural innate power is electricity, so anything corpus is going to get annihilated. Let's test it on some chargers. Let's test it on, come on, actually, infestation. Ancient, let's do some ancient healers. And let's do 10. 10 level 100 ancient eximuses. Still does pretty good, honestly. Of course, they are healers and they're healing each other. And considering you are pretty much annihilating an entire group when you're doing this, I'd say this does really good. This honestly does really, really good. It takes it a while to murder, because these guys are flesh, they have no armor, and they are healers, so they're giving healing bonuses to everyone else. Not taking it all. So, let's try with my roar here. My rhino is full strength, by the way, so... So, a rhino roar with an Amprex that's full strength still does really good against these guys. It takes a little while, but it really does good. This, unfortunately, is an ammo whore, so it will do a lot of ammo consumption. So, for like an exterminate, a defense, or if you plan on bringing a lot of ammo health packs, an endless mission, I wouldn't necessarily recommend this. But for something that you just want to like do some really good with, that's pretty good. It is very good. I do recommend this game, or well, the game as well. But this gun, it is an excellent gun. I'd say its timing is somewhere around the end game. Its threshold is level 100s. Heavies, normal enemies, or even the normal eximuses seem to give it a little bit of a problem. It didn't seem to have any problems with light enemies at all. Bad ammo consumption, excellent clip size, good fire rate, medium range, and extremely adaptable. By which I mean it has extremely high damage potential. So that being said, I'm going to leave this one here. This is the Amprex. It does not have a prime. It does not have any other variant. Which, by the way, I do the strongest variant of any type of gun there is. If there's a Bronco, I'm doing the Ak Bronco Prime, because you take one Bronco, it becomes a Prime, or it becomes an Ak Bronco. You take its Prime, and it turns into an Ak Bronco Prime. And there really isn't any difference. See, there is a lot of difference, but the build would apply to the same, because its stats does not variate that much. Just a little bit less accuracy, but a whole hell of a lot more damage and clip size. Anyway, I only do the strongest variant of any gun. Okay. If this had a stronger variant, like a Vandal, a Wraith, or even a Prime, I would be doing it rather than its normal counterpart. When it does have a stronger counterpart that ever comes out, I will be doing a video upon it as an update to this. So, anyway, this is the Amprex. I thank you, everybody, for watching. I do have a clan in the game. If you'd like to join, just friend me on either Steam or Warframe. Just message me. And on that note, I will end it here. And thank everybody for watching. And I will see all of you in the next one. Toodles!